All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is, it's straight up energy reading. This is April 2026. The overview reading, I'll start your zodiac fly through tomorrow. Right? I'll try to do them all in one day if I can. It's not always possible. It depends how much energy I have. There's a lot of energy to play with here in April. Big cycles coming to a close. This is the moment I've been waiting for many years. I knew this moment was coming where a 2,000-year cycle ends. Huge humanity cycle ends on top of a world point, 36-year cycle. Again, it's just there's a lot going on right now. There's a bit of a crossroads in the energy. Right? I mean, there's just a lot happening. I'm going to talk about here in this reading what the fundamental issue I think you may run into is. And all of these cycles come to a close. People have a hard time dealing with it. They tend to get a little frazzled. You see it here in the pre-shuffle in the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands together with a strength card. A little too much power. This can be, we could read this as somebody who's really stupid driving a really high horsepower car, and you know what happens then, right? Telephone pole falls and they wrap themselves around it, right? Because they're doing stupid shit with a car that's too powerful. This would be the same kind of pull I might get for that person. But it's really what's going to happen here, the way it plays out in the soulmate cycle. I think what might affect you is a kickback energy of all these cycles coming to a close, a byproduct of skepticism, maybe drifting into cynicism. And I always tell you I have a problem with cynicism. I don't like it for the average Joe. I don't mind it for high vibration people. They can usually control it. But low vibration people, it tends to go a little crazy. All right? It requires a high IQ and a high EQ to deal with. And the average Joe or Jane doesn't have either of those. So when there's a lot of average Joes and Janes out there, most of them don't watch tarot readings, so they don't know. So again, you're already ahead of the game here. I think what's happening here, somebody's become skeptical of their passion for you. All right, somebody's become skeptical of it. They start making up fairy stories about you. They start coming, Sasquatches in the woods instead of it's just a raccoon kind of a thing. And with the moon there, and the Five of Pentacles, you may find that someone leaves you out, leaves you behind. A friend doesn't call you for a night out on the town when they went out with a bunch of friends and you're offended the next day. It's because their imagination ran away from them with you. They're skeptical of you. Any passion that's felt, anything towards something, the energy, the byproduct of all these cycles converging at once. We're in a time right now, especially 2025 and 2026 in particular. Prophets have been talking about this time for a long fucking time. Okay, a long time. I've been feeling this time for a long time. I predicted this time back in 2000 in a room that I was working in at the time in front of everybody. I've been getting emails out of nowhere from people I haven't heard from in a quarter of a fucking century. Holy shit, man. Yeah, I hear you. It is that kind of time. The average Joe or Jane, which is most of what you're dealing with, and the DM side, the lower vibration DM side, they're reacting rather, they're doubling down on crazy town, on skeptical crazy, we'll call it. They're doubling down on it. It's a Sasquatch behind that tree. It couldn't possibly be a raccoon. All right, so keep that in mind here a little bit. A lot of anxiety. It might cause you some anxiety that you were left out. I'm telling you why. Be cool. All right, there's a sun underneath that. The sun will come out tomorrow. There's a little bit of Annie here. Right? The sun will come out. Bet your bottom fucking dollar. It will. All right, here we go. Let's see where we go. Let's shuffle the deck. So I'm just warning. That's all. It's just a friendly neighborhood warning from your friendly neighborhood Steve. That's all. The byproduct of all these cycles converging is skepticism. People doubling down on crazy town. You saw the Five of Pentacles there. I know that came up in a recent soulmate journey on the DM side where they're doubling down on staying outside. It's like, okay, it's going to get cold, motherfucker. All right, let's see where we go. So let's see what's happening between you and somebody. I'm going to try to pull one powerful. I'm going to try to pull these April readings. This one and the Zodiac fly-through on the most powerful connection you've got. So, something that's going to matter in April. All right? I'm going to try. I'm not the warlock on the hill, but anyway. Card before the cuts, why the fuck are we here? So why the fuck are we here? Let's find out. Come on now. Let's see where we go. All right. Okay. Seven of Cups. Let me fix the microphone here real quick. All right. I don't want it scratching against my 8 o'clock shadow that I have today. It's not 5 o'clock shadow. It's more of an 8 o'clock thing. I look like I should be cutting lumber out in the woods today. Let's see. Now I'm hungry for pancakes. What's happening right now, I get it. I'm going to explain this a couple of ways. We're here because there's too many options. When a whole bunch of long cycles, when the energies are this big, as epic as they are right now, there's too many choices. And what happens is most people shut down when that happens. They freeze up. I used to tell you this a long time ago. If you live on coupons, right? You're poor. You got nothing. If it's not buy one get one, you're not getting one. Okay, that kind of a thing. But you reach a point someday where you can just walk in, you can have anything you want, even the expensive cheese that you can't even pronounce, right? It's hard to decide. When the world is your oyster, it tends to have a freezing effect if you're not used to it. Or you go hog wild like most lottery winners do, because who've never had any money in their life, and they just buy everything, right? And then they end up broke. It's a bit of a freeze up here. Somebody doesn't know what to do. There's too many options. There's too much energy coming at them at once, and that's why we're here. All right, that applies to you too. Don't let it drift into confusion. Just pick one. I don't think you can go wrong. Okay? Just pick one. Pick a direction you want to go. Pick something. The King of Wands, the Burger King. There's a lot of things happening right now that are going to hurt people's ego. There's a lot of things that they thought were true that aren't true, that they thought was going to work out that aren't going to work out, that are obviously failing miserably. There's a lot of Burger Kings out there and queens that got to face that they were wrong, and they're at a crossroads. They've got to decide which way they're going to go. It applies if you're one of these that are right as well. Okay? Sometimes you got it right. But this energy has the propensity to snatch defeat from the hands of victory. So I don't know. It can go either way. Underneath it is the star. Somebody's getting an opportunity to, I don't know what. Getting an opportunity to come towards you, maybe. Getting an opportunity to do something with the Seven of Cups. All right? I just feel like they're going to fuck it up in some way. Or they're going to try to... Or they'll do nothing. They'll leave themselves out in the cold like the pre-shuffle said, right? They'll freeze up. We'll see. Let's pull a reading. Let's pull a regular. Let's pull a regular. I need to know who's in here. All right, so your energy around your connection is here. 3D energies around this person is here. Their soul is here. Hidden energy message from the universe is here. Red with the energy of connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I'll clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, and you bet your sweet asses we're going to extend this one. It's probably the only one I'm going to extend in the monthly readings. Sometimes I get a bug up my ass, but most of the time I just do the zodiac fly-through. All right, let's see where we go. Let's see where we're at here. It's a general reading and may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. We do have a chance here in April with the crossroads between now and about the beginning of December of this year. We're at a crossroads, and we have a chance to snatch defeat from the hands of victory, or victory from the hands of defeat. It can go either way, but you've got to understand which side of the line you're on, and the energy provides for that too. For the DM side, it's tricky. Because for most of the DMs, afraid to be vulnerable, for example. We all know that's wrong. That's empowering. That's not something that weakens you. They're on the wrong side of the line. Most of them are having to see that they've made the wrong choice. And that crossroads, they're inclined to go the wrong way still. I mean, I'm just telling you. It's just the way it is. It's doubling down on crazy. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is the Three of Wands. We're on the precipice of something brand new. We're moving into a new cycle. We're moving into a new stage. For somebody attached to you, they're being given, I saw it with the star that was underneath the King of Wands. They're being given a chance here. They're being given a chance to have their ship come in. And look what it's doing. It's freezing them up. It's what I said, 8 of Swords. And they're getting frozen up. because that ship coming in isn't what they thought it was. So then, in between here, the energies in between these two, they get skeptical. They start overthinking you, right? I'm just going to keep this on you. This is happening in societal energies too. This is what will happen. It's the same. It's so predictable. I'm not even a betting man, and I would bet everything I have on the direction things are going to go easily. It's easy. I wouldn't even lose a minute's sleep. Piece of cake. But in the soulmate cycle, it's a little more tricky because there's a ton of love here. Okay? I can feel it. I don't even have a card that backs that up yet, but there's a shit ton of it. So, again, somebody here is just that's part of what's driving the skepticism here a little bit. Well, I don't know, this seems too good to be true, and then they start overthinking that route. I think what the problem is coming toward you, which is where this is pointing, and in the witches, it's the person at the edge of the cliff, and I always say the ship out there is the Empress ship, right? That coming toward you hurts their ego in some way, and that's the problem. Ego. Yeah, I thought we would have evolved past it by now, but we haven't. I'll tell you, we sure haven't. It's certainly not the DMs in this cycle. Energy around your connection with whoever this is, 8 of Cups. The inclination for somebody is to walk away, but then when they walk away, they feel like they're going the wrong way. I get it. They know that you're the 9 of Cups. I'm assuming this isn't you. Roles can be reversed. Okay, they can be, but I'm usually pretty good about separating static energy from dynamic flowing energy, and this is flowy. So if it is you, okay, cool. You probably had a lot of caffeine today or something. I mean, I don't know. But they're torn. It's what I said here. They're torn between, oh no, Steve's viewer is 8 broken cups. This is shit. I walked away from it. I need to keep walking. And they know you're the 9 cups. And when they walk away, they feel the 9 cups. They feel that, oh, that's my wish. I want Steve's viewer. That's the way I should be going. But they're doubling down on crazy. The DMs are doing it. I don't know why. It's an ego thing. There's some energy, and I can't really pick up on it, but it's fueling the ego of the DM side. All right? It's fueling the lower vibrational people, if you will. And it's almost like a trick. It's like the universe is setting it up for empathy to come back and somebody to make a decision that's usually based in ego, not in ego, but it's putting this shit ton. It backed up a dump truck of ego attracting, I don't know, egoite, and just dumped it in a big pile. So I don't know, but they definitely feel that it's 8 broken cups. Then they walk away and they feel 9 cups. So I've got a very dynamic energy here flowing. All right, 3D energies around this person. Page of Pentacles. Somebody has learned something that they don't like. No, it's kind of a page that's like that if I were to take the energy. It goes with what I said here. Somebody has learned something. Somebody has the truth now. They know what the truth is about you, about whatever. Keeping it in the soulmate cycle, but again, soulmate cycle is a direct reflection of societal energies. The truth is out. I imagine a lot of truth's going to come out in April, out in the world. But at the end of the day here, somebody's learned something and they don't like it. It doesn't jive with what their ego wants them to believe. All right? What's here? The soul energy's here. It bookends the 8 of Cups. Justice. It's a push-pull. It really is. This card is telling, before I go into the hocus pocus of whatever, but this card is telling me that the pull, that your 8 cups versus when they walk away, you feel like your 9 cups, your connection, if you will. It's equal. So it keeps them stuck in the middle, and that explains that a great deal. That really does. It also explains the 7 of Cups that's crossing there, right? Because again, if you don't, and what I described about the 7 of Cups, the way I explained it to you, all of a sudden the world is your oyster. You can get the cheese you can't even pronounce, right? It's like fucking $15 an ounce, but I'll take fucking 3 pounds of it, motherfucker. But you can't decide. You're frozen with possibilities. I mean, it is what it is. That's what's going on here. It's balancing. Okay. All right. So we're in suspended animation. Somebody's going to decide. What are they going to do? They're going to go with their ego, or they're going to go with what they know and what they feel. Again, they're dumping the ego. The extra ego energy is dumping skepticism on what they feel. I will tell you that. All right, let's go. Let's see. Message from the universe. Red with the Eight of Cups. What's it want to tell you? The Fool. I know where this ends. I do. I'm just going to pull it. It's the Sun. It has to end there because I showed it to you in the pre-shuffle. I showed it to you. Remember, I didn't include it in the pre-shuffle, but I said the sun will come out. I did a whole Annie thing. I may have even sung it for you. I don't know. Probably, Tony Award winning, I'm sure, at the very least. The sun will come out. Either way, you come out on top. You come out smelling like a rose here. This is an I told you so moment for you. These two go together. This is an I told you so moment. This is me and my friend from high school, right? When I was coming out to go on my adventures out west. I said, you want to come with me? No, I can't. My family's here. I got to stay here. Why? Are they going to incinerate if we leave the state? Are they they don't have phones where we're going or planes to come back? You're stuck here. That's it. You're going to stay here. Uh-huh. I got to stay here because my family's here. Okay, well, I'll see you later. I'm going out west. All right. Goodbye. Right? There you go. It's an I told you so moment. Because I tell you what, he regrets that decision. Every time I fucking talk to him, Steve, if I had a time machine, I swear, I hear you. But we don't have a time machine. That's why we got to make good decisions in the moment. Right? And we can't get all up in our head about this here. This is an I told you so moment. You knew this moment would come. I don't joke about anything or say anything that's not in the reading. I just joked about societal energies and said I'm not a betting person at all. I do not like gambling. I don't gamble. I don't. But I would bet everything I have that I know exactly what's going to happen. So at the end of the day, you know exactly what's going to happen here with whoever this person is. Whatever happens here for you is a new beginning with this person in a way that you knew it would happen. It's playing out differently for all of you, but it makes all of you very happy. For some reason, you crack a smile. Even if it's something horrifying, you crack a smile. Why? I don't know why. I just feel like you feel vindicated here. There's something here. You said the sun would come out tomorrow, and the fucking sun came out tomorrow. Right? I don't know. Anyway, these two go together, but I will say with the Fool red with this here, it's balanced, but somebody's right on the edge of, at every moment that goes by, somebody's right on the edge of either coming towards you or running away. They're right there. All you got to do, if you want them to come towards you, whichever side that you want them to go, blow on their back a little bit. Just go, and they'll fucking fall in that direction. Plain and simple. I think on some level, because you already know what this person's figured out. I don't know what it is. It's probably they figured out that you're soulmates. Let's just put it that way. Let's just use an example. Just catch my drift. It might be accurate for you. I don't know. But you spend years telling this person that you're soulmates. You know, that we're supposed to be together and they run or whatever. You already know it. You already knew that. And this person's figuring it out. Work that. Play that. You know, I don't know. We got to clarify. We got to see what's going on here. It's crazy. All right, let's see. Randomly at the bottom is 10 cups. Let's go with I'll tell you. Why is the 8 of cups here? It's a weird month. It's a weird month to pull on. I'm not going to lie to you, it is. It's weird energy. There are big cycles ending right now, all at once, these big things happening. Sure, and now on top of all that, you've got the 80 or 90 year storm that's on top of all of it. So it's all just, it's never been like this, ever. That's why prophets have talked about this time. You know, I mean, technically, we're just beginning the end of the 2,000-year cycle. It technically bleeds into the early 30s, you know, but still, you know. It began to end at around the year 2000 and flowed through. All right, let's see where we go. And of course, prophets predicted that the Twin Towers falling at the beginning of it and things like that. Yep, got it. Everything's pretty much played out the way it was predicted, which makes it even more frightening for the rest of it. But anyway, we'll see where we go here. Either way, this little connection ends nicely for you. So we'll see what happens. I think April will teach you or prove to you the lesson that knowledge is power. Okay? I think and that cuts both ways. Knowledge not acted upon is power that slams you back in the face, right? You know, I mean, if I tell you the shotgun has kick, you're going to put it on your shoulder and brace it. You're not going to shoot it from your forehead right in front of your nose and have it break your face. You know, you're going to be smart enough not to do that. What's going on here with the Three of Pentacles crossing this? We're here. Justice is here. It's here. It's time. We can rebuild. We can rebuild on a solid structure. One side definitely wants to do this. And I stop myself when I say that because I'm not sure you do. I know a percentage of the people watching said, no, he got that wrong. I don't want to reboot with this person. Let him go. I get it. That's not going to stop him from showing up. That's up to you. That's still a happy ending. Happy ending is relative, right? It's very relative. All right, there we go. Let's see where we go. What's on top? Eight of Pentacles. And why is that here? The King of Cups. What's the bridge? I'm going to pull a bridge here. The moon. Somebody's very afraid. They figured out. I mean, I could easily phrase this. Someone attached to you has figured out that they have stronger feelings for you than they thought they did. In other words, whatever has allowed them to distract themselves from their feelings is no longer there. And it's scaring the shit out of them. There's that moon again. Remember I said in the pre-shuffle with the moon, they're making Sasquatches out of raccoons, right? In the woods at night. Same thing. Same thing here. She's got no business being outside in the rain. There's no need to come out there, right? It's fine. It's just the wind blowing something. Chill out. Get back in bed. All right, here we go. What's on top here? What do we get with the Page of Pentacles? Let's find out. Tricky energy. Just think of the month as a crossroads. I don't think the DF side's going to have a problem with it. You're not making decisions based on ego. Ego won't let you be wrong. Ego won't let you get back with somebody because they hurt you. You don't care about that. You just want to find out how to fix the hurt and how to move on from it, what you can learn from it. I think for some of you, there's still a lot of hope here with this person. I think the universe backs it up. I think your two souls are right on board. This card right here, if nothing else, if I'm to put the hocus pocus on it, proves that you're already talking with this person in the 5D. I showed you the 10 of Cups at the bottom of this when I first picked it up. You're already talking with this person in the 5D. You're already together with this person. Why's the Page of Pentacles here? Tell me about this student. It's a very disappointed student. It's a student who learned something and they don't like what they learned. Well, I see it here. They don't have anything to distract them anymore. That distraction went away, right? And now all that's left is all these feelings, and it's freaking them out. Okay, I could say freaking them out rather than scaring them, because that's, you know, I'd be a little freaked out, right? Out there in the rain. Okay, it's crossed by the Queen of Cups, right? And the cup is empty. It's my Desert Queen energy. So yeah, it's the most love I could pull. I told you there was a lot of love here. I said when I talked about the cards, the overall energy, I said I don't have a card to back it up, but there's a lot of love here. Well, you know, here you go. Now I got a card to back it up. So, all right. Anyway, let's go. Let's get back to the reading. It's just a lot. There's a lot of love here. What's on top? The Hierophant. There's a lot of love here. Why is that here? And the Page of Pentacles again. Somebody, again, plain and simple. You know, somebody loved the wrong thing. Somebody went the wrong way. Somebody's learning the proper spiritual lesson. It's freaking them out. That's all. I'm just going to phrase it that way. It is freaking them out. And what's freaking them out even more is your souls are communicating. Right? Communicating like crazy. Constantly. I mean, if there was a phone bill here, holy shit. What's going on with Justice? Tell me about the black cat and the white cat. Also, this card tells me that their masculine and feminine energies are in balance as well. And it also backs up a yes and a no. Right? The sun and the moon are often a yes and a no cards in the tarot. It's what I said. They're equally balanced. No, yes, no, yes. Very back and forth. Why? Because they're freaked out. All of a sudden, your connection to this person becomes holy in this. I mean, it's a big fucking deal. All right, let's go. Justice, why is it here? It ends well for you. The month does. I think the DF side, which is most of my viewers, does the right thing. I do. I don't know whether this person does or not, but either way, you end with I feel it very strong, I told you so here. All right? And while you don't want to say that out loud because you look like a dick or a douche, right? You can say it to yourself. It makes you feel, look, I got it right. I did something right. Somebody envies what I did, right? Or somebody envies what I already knew. Somebody wishes they had what I said they'd want. However you want to phrase it in regards to this person. Could it still be a family member or you have a soul connection with? Sure, it can. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on right now with that. All right, here we go. The 80 or 90 year storm that's here, that's a big part of the energies. That's one of the big three. The 2,000 year cycle, the humanity cycle, coming to a close right now. Right? And you've got the 80 or 90 year storm over the whole thing, which wasn't there the last time that happened. And last time was a little rough. The last time the cycle came to a close. The Romans nailed a carpenter to a cross. It was a tough day for somebody. You've also got the world point as well, which is still, again, these cycles don't have a hard ending. They bleed in. All of that is happening all at once. There's a lot here to take in. There's a lot going on. Let's see where we go. But the crossed by the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm right. It's the same. Three of Pentacles here, Three of Pentacles here. Unbelievable. What's on top? The Ace of Pentacles. And why is that here? The Three of Wands. What I was going to say, and it makes sense here, is why, well, if I've got the Three of Wands and the Three of Wands, and it's a good idea to come towards you, and now the energy is there, the souls are talking, everything's great. So why are they freaking out? It's because of the energetic storm, in part. If that wasn't here and it was just the cycles, the world point and the 2,000 year cycle, it would still be a special time, but it would be much easier. I've told you before, the energetic storm has a devil energy in it. It's a strand of devil energy that it tends to skew toward the negative. The negative sounds better. So in other words, it can also make somebody say something that everything they say, no matter how horrible it is, it's exactly what you want to hear. Strangely enough, if you're caught in the energy, you perceive it as a wonderful thing. It's terrific. Oh, it's fine. That kind of a thing. But in general, in the soulmate cycle, it skews toward the negative. So if the better something looks, the more skeptical someone is about it and is likely to shoot it down or be leery of it. Okay? That kind of a thing. All right, the Fool. Let's talk about it. These energies are tricky to explain. They really are. There's so much going on. If you don't study energy or study cycles, it is so... I can't even give you an analogy to how wonderful it is, right? How amazing this time is. And how I think humanity will probably blow it. But I have high hopes for the soulmate cycle. I really do. The Fool, why is it here? It's the soulmate cycle that the universe is doubling down on the soulmate cycle in a big way. It really is. And the reason for that is these are the people, if they can come around and balance the energy, that are going to clean up the mess after that society leaves. We need this. We need the DFs to be high self-worth, high empathy. We need that. All right, here we go. The Fool. That's what happened after World War II as well. There was a huge surge of empathy that came in. Right? There's also a huge surge of shame, but there was a huge surge of empathy that came in as well. Let's see where we go. But yeah, the more they feel for you, the more that devil energy kicks in because it's there, and then they go negative with it. And you can see it go negative. If it's very positive, you can see it go negative over here. Well, I don't know. This smells fishy to me. All this love, soulmate, spiritual connection. I don't know. That kind of a thing. And again, it can be a family member too. It's the Fool here crossed by the Two of Swords. It's a message for you. Crossroads. You're at a crossroads. Everybody's at a crossroads here. But you are. So let's find out what I was just talking about it. You're at a crossroads. It's right there. It's the devil. You're at a crossroads here. You're about to take a leap of faith. Why are you here watching this reading right now? Why? Is it because you had nothing better to do? Because it showed up? I don't know. But even if you're like, this reading sucks, this guy keeps talking about cycles, I don't understand what he's saying. You're here. Rewind and listen to what I said around these cards. Listen to what I said. I've been talking about this 80 or 90 year storm since I got here. Never mind the 2,000 year cycle. Never mind the fucking world point. I'm flowing along with the energy and telling you about stuff as it's happening. The 80 or 90 year storm I've been talking about since I got here. I've been writing about it in my blog. I've known about it since I was a child waiting for this time. Pay attention to what I just told you about this devil energy. How do you shut down devil energies? You realize they're there. You question them. You say, I know this, I know what this is, and shut it down. Same thing, you could transpose this and say, how do you shut down a con artist? You know they're a con. If you know it's a con, they can't con you, right? Well, here you go. It's right here. You know about these devil energies now. You know that they're going to skew you toward the negative. So whatever your specific crossroads is in your life, this is separate from the reading. And whatever it is, you know about this energy. It's red with the 8 of Pentacles. Ignore it. Do not do what it says. Pretend you're busy, right? Do what Flem the parrot does when my wife wants to come over and tickle him. He pretends he's doing something else. I can't see her. I don't know she's there. She says it all the time. It's downright insulting. A little bit. But go ahead and insult the devil. Knock yourself out. All right? I'll tell you what. Why is that here? He does it all the 5 of Swords. Because if you listen to this, you're going to go the wrong way. And this is going to skew you toward the negative. You're going to hear a truth, learn a truth about something, about someone, about some place, about whatever, about yourself, whatever. And it's going to tell you it's not true. No, it's truth. Yeah, everybody says it's true. All the evidence points that it's true, but it's not true. Ignore that. Because if you listen to it, you fuck yourself clean up the ass, not with 1 sword, but with 5. Ow. Okay? All right. All right. That hurts. All right, there you go. All right, let's go. The Sun, your final outcome. Good message for you. There's the crossroads I've been talking about. All right. Let's see where we go here. The Sun. I like this reading for you. Now, I think with this person on the other side, I don't think you're going to spend a lot of time convincing them. I think they might listen to the devil based on what came out here, if I'm to take another layer of it. But I don't think it matters to you. The Sun, why is it here? So, if you want to take you don't understand cycles, you don't understand energy, I don't know what this guy's talking about, fuck this fucking guy in his hand. Okay, fine. But take this away from you then. Don't listen to the negative side. If you learn something and it's positive, don't listen to the devil. But April 2026 for you is represented by the Sun. And it has been since the pre-shuffle when I showed it to you. How about that? There you go. The happiest card of the deck, the Yes card. Take some chances. The energy supports the DF side. If you're flowing from emotion, if you're living from soul, okay? Take some chances. The universe will support leaps of faith. All right? It won't support this shit. Okay? It won't. It'll spank you for it. But it supports coming out of your comfort zone. What did I say in a recent reading? In the energies we're moving into, at least for the next few months, being safe is no longer safe. Playing it safe is no longer safe. You saw that fly out, right? Red at the bottom, so it's upright. Page of Cups. Look, this person's probably showing up. I would say, at least the energy's telling them to. They might listen to the devil and leave you out in the cold. You might have some friends who are listening to the devil, getting all skeptical. This devil energy is very strong. It's very strong. I mean, it's a very strong energy. It can make you believe that somebody could say the worst thing ever, and you'd think it was great with this level of energy here, with these frequencies of devil energy, actually one specific frequency. And it's the dominant factor in this storm. It's why things happen when this storm comes around. It's why things happen the way they happen. But you got a shot at new love here. If somebody does blow you off, this person or your friends or whatever, they listen to this, don't get down about it. Chuckle. Say, I knew that would happen. Steve said they probably listen to, it's a way to gauge where your friend's vibration is. Right? Now you knew they were low vibration or you suspected it. Now you know if they're listening to that. They totally are. Right? Anyway, same applies to this soulmate. Why is that here? 8 swords. Yeah. Somebody's, again, bridge is the Fool. It all ties together. It's a big feedback loop. This is 8 swords. This is 8 swords. Right? Somebody's learned a lesson right here. Page of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. This is the Fool, red with the Sun. Pay attention to what I said over here. It ties it back over here. Everything I've said, I said before I even threw any of these, I said these two go together, didn't I? So at the end of the day here, I say some things sometimes. I write some things sometimes just to make people think, because I know what's going on, because it's happened before in history. In the soulmate cycle here, yeah, you got somebody who might blow you off, but you don't care because you know why they're blowing you off. And it doesn't stop you from taking a leap of faith in a new direction. Okay? It sure as hell doesn't. Crossing all of this is the Knight of Pentacles. You find yourself at a crossroads. When in question, when in doubt, go in the water. All right? Eventually, this person will too. Eventually, they'll show up. If they don't, it's because they're not done cooking yet. They're a turkey that still needs time in the oven if they're listening to this. They're not quite on your vibration level. They should be. Your soul connection is fine, but they're not quite there. All right? They're not quite there. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Let's go pull some wicked voodoo. All right? Let's see where we go. Crazy town. This is about how I figured this reading would come out. I figured it'd be pretty close to this. I was sure the crossroads would show up somewhere. It did, and in fact, not only did it show up, it tied together beautifully with everything, with the Fool tying this to that. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy town. But yeah, this energy skews toward the negative. So the more in love this person is with you, the more skepticism they're going to have and doubt. The more, I don't know, fear is going to well up. But the good news is they can't distract themselves from those feelings. So, which is probably why inevitably they'll get in the water anyway. You have to. At some point, you could sit there in the hot sun in your fucking metal suit of armor all you want, but either you or the horse is going to need a drink at some point. You know, so that's kind of where I'm going with that. All right, let's go. Cards from the bottom. Message for you. Final message from the universe. Page Cups. You might recognize that from here. I love it when a card here is from the reading. Page of Wands. The Lovers, and the Emperor. What's under the Emperor, just for fun? The Knight of Wands. These are red. The Emperor is crossing the Page of Wands. These are red, center, left, right. I think this is separate from this person in the reading. All right, I do. I think this is separate from this person in the reading. I'm going to call it a quick message. I mention it sometimes. It's that I always forget what it's called, but I think it's Snapchat. Because I'm not big on social media, as most of you know. I'm not a big fan of it. But it's Snapchat, I think, where you get a message and it dissolves, it disappears after a short amount of time, right? Okay. You've got a short window here where a message comes in very quick from somebody. Somebody's going to... Oh, how do I phrase this? You've got somebody in love with you around you, or somebody who cares a great deal about you. But they've been afraid to show you. They're going to give you a glimpse of those feelings. And like a Snapchat, it'll disappear. And after it disappears, they'll deny it ever happened. That's kind of the whole point. I didn't send you my dick. I did not. Prove it, bitch. Right? I mean, I don't know. Something along those lines. But so you're going to have to deal with it in the moment, is what I'm saying. It's very Snapchatty here. Okay? You're going to have to deal with it in the moment. But it's very sweet, pastel-y energy. This person might be showing up, or their aura, their being might be showing up in your pastel dreams that we've been talking about. Maybe just a little bit. It's a powerful soulmate. It might be less hassle than this one here, who's obviously running with the devil big time. I tell you what. All right. Now I got to go listen to Van Halen 1. Oh my God. All right. Anyway, there you go. That's your rating. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. Good luck.